When I first came to America, I thought success was simple. Get a degree. Get a good job. Work hard. Pay your dues. Then, life free. But no one told me about the invisible chain that came with it, debt. By 28, I owed $30,000 in student loans. $30,000. For a piece of paper that didn't promise anything but anxiety. I was living paycheck to paycheck. Every buzz of my phone felt like a bill collector. Every payment due email felt like a quiet scream in my chest. I tried everything: budgeting apps, financial gurus, debt snowballs, credit repair courses. But the harder I worked, the tighter the rope became. Until one night, I called my grandmother back home in Nigeria. She picked up with her usual calm voice, the kind that could silence a storm. "And, my child," she said, "why do you sound like your spirit is sitting on the floor?" I told her everything. The student loans. The pressure. The sleepless nights. She listened. No interruptions. Just the sound of her gentle breathing across the ocean. Then she laughed, that soft, knowing laugh that only African grandmothers have. And she said something I'll never forget. "You are paying too much for a rope that's already broken." I froze. "What rope, Grandma?" I asked. She said, "The rope you're pulling, this debt, this system, this race you're running. It's already broken. You can pull forever, but it won't lead you anywhere." Those words cut deeper than any motivational quote I'd ever heard. My grandma never went to school. She never owned a credit card. But she understood something that modern economics has forgotten. The power of community over currency. "Who tied this rope to your back?" she asked. That question changed everything. She told me stories, real stories, of how her village survived when money failed. During hard times, they didn't turn to banks. They turned to each other. She called it Esusu. In her world, Esusu wasn't a buzzword, it was survival. 10 people. One purpose. Each week, everyone contributed a small amount. Each week, one person took the whole pot. No interest. No penalties. No credit scores. Just trust, rhythm, and responsibility. She told me, when one person is in debt, the whole community carries the weight. When we share, the weight becomes light. It wasn't about money. It was about dignity. It was about remembering that wealth was never meant to isolate, it was meant to connect. I couldn't sleep that night. Her words kept echoing, "You're paying for a broken rope." The next morning, I called 5 friends, all struggling with debt, just like me. We met over coffee, tired, broke, and skeptical. I told them Grandma's story. We decided to try. Each of us would contribute $100 a month. Each month, one person would get the full $500 to pay off a chunk of debt. After 5 months, everyone would have had their turn. We called it the circle. And something magical happened. For the first time in years, money didn't feel like stress. It felt like unity. We weren't alone anymore. My grandmother followed up a few weeks later. "Have you started pulling your new rope?" she asked. I smiled. "Yes, Grandma." "Good," she said. "Now remember my 3 steps. Step 1, the rope examination. Look at every debt in your life. Ask, does this debt make me grow, or does it drain me? If it's a broken rope, stop pulling. Step 2, build your Esusu circle. Find people whose hearts beat with yours. 2, 3, or 10, it doesn't matter. Where trust lives, wealth grows. Step 3, the giving back principle. When your turn is done, keep giving. Because when your blessing stops flowing, it starts dying. Those words became my daily mantra. Month after month, we met, contributed, shared stories, and encouraged one another. Something changed in us. We weren't just paying off debt. We were reclaiming our power. 12 months later, I was debt-free. No windfall. No lottery. No miracle check in the mail. Just wisdom. Discipline. And a 70-year-old woman's voice echoing from across the Atlantic Ocean. That's when I understood, my grandmother didn't just teach me how to pay off debt. She taught me how to break generational chains. She showed me that Africa's greatest wealth isn't gold, or oil, or diamonds. It's our way of thinking. Our ability to turn scarcity into strength. And isolation into community. Today, when I see Africans in America, working double shifts, chasing peace that keeps running away, I think of Grandma's words. We are pulling the same broken rope. Believing if we pull harder, we'll be free. But freedom doesn't come from pulling. It comes from reconnecting. With our people. With our wisdom. With our roots. So I'll ask you what she asked me. Who tied the rope to your back? Maybe it's time to let go. And start building your own circle. Because when one person gets free, we all rise. And that, my friends, is the real meaning of wealth.